I would think you were crazy if I hadn't been through the same thing. You know, I always tell people we first got censored on April 6th of 2020 when we had the second largest YouTube live stream broadcast in the world, asking questions about, you know, COVID, distancing, masks, vaccines, and then they banned that video. First time it ever happened to me in 9 years. I was a partner on that platform. I'd been down to headquarters, made them millions of dollars, had millions of subscribers, and then they pulled that video, and I always thought that it was the weirdos that got censored until it happens to you. And then you realize, oh, wow, this is how it works. How did that make you feel? And did you ever consider, you know, backing off? Because you have a big reputation, Steve. You've done big things, you know. Did you ever think to pause? And did you go through some emotional ups and downs at that time?
No, I didn't. And the reason I didn't is the same reason that Bobby Kennedy doesn't drop it. And I asked him, I said, you know, do you have any regrets about the day that there was a knock on his door, and I think it was one or more women who were handing him a pile of papers on autism. And I said, you know, do you ever regret, you know, switching from being this environmental hero to being this pariah pursued about your vaccine views? And he said, I had no choice. I had no choice. And I feel the same way, that once you see what is going on and what the medical community is doing to America, it is so horrendous what they are doing and what they are getting away with, that if I went back to a regular day job and just ignored this, hoping that this would go away and other people would fight this, I couldn't live with myself. Because this is just wrong. This is an injustice. You know, it's not just the COVID vaccines that are problematic. It's all the vaccines. Every study that has ever been done comparing unvaccinated, truly unvaccinated kids versus fully or near fully vaccinated kids, in every single study, the unvaccinated kids did remarkably better than the vaccinated kids. And in some cases, it's orders of magnitude better in terms of incidence of diabetes, in terms of incidence of autism, in terms of ADHD, cancer, you know, heart disease, you name it. These are extraordinary differences. And I was just looking recently at the control group, which did a study back in 2020. And the graphs are just stunning in terms of the difference in medical outcomes and diseases between the fully vaxxed or the sort of normally vaxxed, which is basically fully vaxxed Americans, versus the fully unvaxxed Americans, especially Americans who never got the vitamin K shot, right? Because that's really your first vaccine. You're told to take this vitamin shot and you're thinking, wow, this is great. They're protecting my kids. But, you know, you can get vitamin K orally. You don't need to do it through a shot. And the shot has all sorts of things that you don't want to put into your child. And it makes a huge difference. And this showed up in the control group study that even the kids who didn't get any vaccines at all and just got the vitamin K shot were severely, there was a big difference between getting the vitamin K shot and not getting the vitamin K shot. And, you know, to this day, you still can't convince people that to ignore the advice of their physicians or their hospital and getting the vitamin K shot. And so they start off getting the vitamin K shot, and then they go through the whole vaccination series. And there is no study ever published in the peer-reviewed literature comparing the two groups showing that the vaccinated are better off. The unvaccinated are better off by orders of magnitude in lots of these categories. And that is why they don't want to do an official NIH study on vaccinated versus unvaccinated. They have never done that. Look, if the vaccines work and people should be fully vaccinated, the NIH should be all over itself in funding these studies, and they don't. The reason they don't is because it would expose the fact that the whole vaccination program has been a complete disaster for people's health.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.